627 Event Space, Black Creek Diesel and Automotive, Emporia State Federal Credit Union, Newman Regional Health, Shelter Insurance Agents Kelly Medrano and Dave Watts, and by Sports Connection. Here's the voice of the Emporia State Hornets, Blake Cripps.
The Hornets finally got their bye week last week as we headed home for just one game at White Auditorium. It was a sweep over the Noonan Jets. Two very different games, a historical outcome in one as Gracie Gilpin became the 33rd Lady Hornet to ever cross the 1,000 career point barrier. Meanwhile, for the men, it was a blowout, a complete 40-minute domination of the Noonan Jets. So both teams alive for their MIAA tournament hopes going into this week as the teams head for their last road game. It's a split trip in the MIAA in this 4-team pod. So there's two teams that are going to be at home both games this week and two teams that will be going split. Emporia State's one of those split teams this week. So one team is at home for both games. One team is on the road for both games. That's Northwest Missouri. The other two splitting. So it's Emporia State traveling to Missouri Western and then welcoming in the hottest team in the MIAA, Northwest Missouri on the women's side. For the men, it's pretty simple. The games are must win, and it's very close. We'll try to untangle as much as we can here as we move forward today. Missouri Western next up here for Emporia State as we'll bring you the coverage with a 5 o'clock RV Doc pregame show and the tip-off for the doubleheader at 5:30. We'll have it for you on Mix 104.9. And with that, we welcome you into the brand new Hornet Talk. It's not going to be so brand new here in a couple of weeks. Believe it or not, this is our second to last show. Next week is MIAA tournament week. Of course, we're hoping to have two teams to follow up there in Kansas City. We'll be with you all the way on Mix 104.9. You can get your tickets now through the ESU Athletics ticket line. We'll tell you about that later on in the show today. But, yes, just one more week of Emporia State basketball Hornet Talk before we wrap around. We'll have football, of course, for 2026 in a few months, but we're hoping we're talking with two teams next week that are going to be making the trip up to Kansas City. It's time for today's specials, brought to you by 627 Event Space, your Hornet game day headquarters. 627 Commercial in downtown Emporia, and on special every Monday, they've got that $5 chicken mac and cheese bowl with a side. You can get it right here every Monday at 627 Event Space. Welcome those of you listening online, kvue.com/listen. on the Odyssey app, or if you are streaming us today here on the ESU Athletics YouTube channel. We will start with the women's game. The women pulling off a victory over Newman 71-59. This was a defensive sequence. We don't always get those today, but Micah Hanna had a couple of great defensive rotations. That led to a stop, eventually led to a score. Then she hustled back and got another deflection on the other end. Martin operating on the bounce. Micah Hanna back in for ESU. Nice pass off right there. Martin gets around Jaden. Great hustle by Hanna to get back there. The three is missed. Rebound loose. And finally coming up with it there was Gracie Gilpin. That was great off-ball defense right there, switching by Micah Hanna. On the baseline, Sanders passes underneath, finds Hanna, jumper, elbow, Gandy. Got it to settle in the rim. That is a great, people will not understand. That is a great sequence for Micah Hanna right there. She gets two switches, gets a deflection right here. It's knocked out of bounds. I think she got the assist on that basket by Gandy as well. Just a really good sequence there defensively by Micah Hanna. And Gandy wasn't done. She was able to get a stick back on an offensive rebound. To Gilpin up top, Coleman lets a three fly. She misses short. Gandy with a rebound and the stick back. Macy Gandy answers on the other end with an offensive rebound and putback. And it was Gracie Gilpin leading the way offensively for Emporia State, leading up to this historic shot. Lady Hornets have a break. Here's a three from Gilpin. Gilpin knocks it down the right side. And with that three, Gracie Gilpin is the 33rd Lady Hornet with over 1,000 career points. Over 1,000 career points. Second time in, the second time in 3 years that a Lady Hornet has wrapped her career with over 1,000 career points. Of course, Treasure Jobe went over 2,000 as she wrapped her Emporia State Lady Hornet career in 2023. In the one game last week, Andrew Pengel had a great offensive day, leading the Hornets men to their blowout victory over the Navy in Red. And this Pengel layup got started with a Chris Harris steal and had a red assist. 5:50 left in the first. Hornets by 13. Near steal. Harris has it. Ahead. Penkel from Red for the finger roll layup. 37-22. And the Hornet lead is 15. That'll force an R.J. Allen timeout for the Navy in red. Later on in the game, Trey Red was able to get a steal, and then he broke away. This dunk kind of snuck up on me a little bit. Leans it with the shoulder. Red poked it away. Red's going to beat everybody downstairs. Oh, the reverse dunk! Red! Showtime! Hornets by 33. Should have been expecting it. He showed some hops there for sure in the dunk contest at late night at White. And then late in the ball game, Sheldon Stewart with a late basket. 2-foot jump stop. Jumper rattles in. Sheldon Stewart, his first career Hornet points. And the route was on, and Emporia State took care of business from there as they blew out the Noonan Jets 92-63. So Emporia State on the road to Missouri Western at the MWSU Fieldhouse, and then Northwest Missouri coming in for the last game of the season. Senior Day coming up on Saturday. Your last chance to see the black and gold at White this year. So we'll have it all for you. 1:30 doubleheader on Saturday at home, 5:30 doubleheader on the road on Wednesday. It's a Wednesday doubleheader this week. Don't forget that. We've had so many Thursday, Saturdays. It's been a long time since maybe the last split that we had here that we've had a Wednesday, Saturday. So a rare Wednesday, Saturday, at least for Emporia State this week. So we'll be on the air with you in just a couple of days as we get you set for this last week of the regular season as both teams try to make their way to Kansas City. Coming up on the show today is head coach MJ Baker of the Lady Hornets, of course, and Kaylin Noonan will also join us on the show, the sophomore forward out of Burlingame. We'll then be joined by Sheldon Stewart, the redshirt freshman guard from right here at Emporia, and then assistant coach Casey Schlatter. He's going to take over for Coach Billiter here today as Coach Billiter is out, but always appreciate the time getting to talk with Coach Schlatter. So all of that is coming up here in the next about 50 minutes or so here. So we're back to 627 Event Space. We'll talk Lady Hornet basketball with Coach MJ in just a moment. Live from 627 Event Space, this is Hornet Talk. You're listening to Emporia State Basketball.
Headed to the game or celebrating after? Swing by 627 Event Space Bar and Grill. Whether you're grabbing a burger before kickoff or winding down with a beer after the buzzer, 627 has you covered. Emporia's go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and unbeatable vibes. 627 Event Space Bar and Grill, the new home for Hornet Talk at 627 Commercial. Proud supporters of the Emporia State University Hornets. Stingers up!
Winter weather in Kansas. Is your car ready? The team at Black Creek Diesel and Automotive is proud to be a part of the Napa network. With over 14,000 Napa Auto Care centers, you'll always have an ASE certified mechanic nearby. The next time you need service, head to Black Creek Diesel and Automotive for the expertise and quality service you need to keep your ride on the road wherever you're headed. Black Creek Diesel and Automotive, 3105 West 6th Avenue in Emporia.
Wanting to consolidate debt? Look no further than Emporia State Federal Credit Union. They have a variety of loan products to help you reduce your payments and pay off debt faster. Text or call them today to speak to a qualified local professional. 620-342-2336. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions may apply. All loans are subject to approval.
Emporia State Federal Credit Union. The educated choice.
When you need fast care, Noonan Regional Health Medical Partners Express Care is here for you. Conveniently located on site at Noonan Regional Health, Express Care offers walk-in service for non-emergency illnesses and injuries. No appointment needed. Open 7 days a week to keep you feeling your best. Call today at 620-343-7828. Trust Express Care for quick, reliable treatment. Noonan Regional Health Medical Partners Express Care, helping the Hornets achieve their healthy goals.
It's time to fall forward into football season and cheer on your favorite team. So why not get new gear for you and your family at Sports Connection? Sports Connection carries Emporia High and area high school team apparel, as well as ESU, KU, and K-State gear. They also do custom screen printing for your team, booster club, or your family and fans. Catch the spirit with new fan gear from Sports Connection. Sports Connection, 2721 West 15th Emporia.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Dave Watts. Mix 104.9.
The Emporia State baseball and softball seasons are underway. You can get in on the action by joining us for our live play-by-play coverage beginning March 28th. As the Lady Hornets host Missouri Southern, will have the coverage for E-State softball with 2 doubleheaders and 2 baseball series for the Hornets, plus coverage of the Lady Hornets in the 2026 MIAA softball tournament. So if you'd like to be a part of our coverage this spring and get in line to be on the air with us for football this fall, get your business connected with us. Call us 620-342-1400. That's 620-342-1400. For 38 years, Mix 104.9 has been the voice of the Hornets. Looking at the standings right now, not necessarily where we thought we would be, with Central Missouri in control of their own destiny with a chance to win the MIAA championship outright. They can clinch with 1 win this week. Fort Hays State has just 1 game left in the season. Right down the wire here, you look and they have got 6 teams that have their tickets punched right now. Then you've got 4 teams with 8 or 7 wins. Rogers State at 6. There could be a wild tie with 5 teams at 8 and 11. But the bottom line is this: with a win, Emporia State is in. They're going to get the check mark, the guarantee, if they can win one of their 2 games this week, I should say, in the last week of the regular season. Joining us now to talk all about it, head coach MJ Baker here of the Lady Hornets, who prevailed over Noonan. You guys beat the Jets. Final score last time out for you guys, 71-59. And overall, I know that it wasn't exactly the 40 minutes that you wanted, but what was the thing you were most proud of in that game? Because there were some spurts where you guys played pretty well on Saturday. Yes, silence. Is the mic on?
I was excited about the win.
Sure. Nothing else?
Not really.
Okay.
Just being honest. We didn't really play that well. I mean, I feel like our defensive intensity, I guess, the second half picked up a little bit, which helped sparked us. But we played very casual.
I thought defensively you guys did some good things. There were, I thought in the first half, you've talked about Micah Hanna. She was shifting off the ball, got a couple of deflections there. But overall, I guess I'll ask the converse question. What was something that you would have liked to have seen be done or executed a little bit better on Saturday?
A sense of urgency and actually effort. So I feel like we were very casual. Just cruise control would be a great way of visualizing it.
Because there's a fine line. You want to be under control and handle the pressure well, but at the same time, there are times in a game where you've got to take command and kind of take it for yourself, right?
Right. I like the pedal to the metal. So we like to be in control and playing with a high pace, playing with the urgency, playing tough, and we were just kind of walking in the park.
Well, there was one player who was having a walk in the park, but in a really good way, because they could not stop Gracie Gilpin at all. She was
Can we clone her?
Sure. I'd love to have 3 more or 4 more Gracie Gilpin
as freshmen.
Yes,
freshman
get her here as a freshman. That would be great. For her to be able to do that. I know you've already talked about her and everything that she's meant to your program, but it's not easy for a kid like her that transfers in, was going to play for a different coach. That doesn't work out. You come in. It's difficult for the coach, difficult for the player, but it seems like you guys have really bonded in this 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, we're very aligned on how we do things, and she's the fundamental, perfect thing of a Lady Hornet. When you think of a Lady Hornet, Gracie Gilpin checks all the boxes.
You've talked about
except for height. We need a little more height on her.
Height. Well,
a little taller would be nice.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, and you've mentioned, when you came in, hey, I want to build living trophies. You're not going to have a better living trophy than Gracie Gilpin for sure.
And she's going to be in IT, so she's really smart. So she's cybersecurity. So
cybersecurity, Gracie, what they call her.
She went the smart way. Don't go. If you go teacher, you're not getting paid.
Right.
If you go cybersecurity, you're making that money.
Yes. So she should have a long and fruitful career. So excited for her. Yeah. I know another player that you love the effort that she brings night in and night out is Kaylin Noonan, being able to rebound and being a little bit undersized, but not shying away.
A little undersized?
Well,
I think she's 5 or 6 inches every game.
Well, I didn't want to, point that out, but she is, but boy, she never shies away from contact. Bigger players are in there. She wants to bang, get bruised, and, broken fingers.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Bloody nose, broken finger.
Sure.
And Blake, I think it's so fitting that we have her on Hornet Talk right after USA Hockey won gold.
Sure.
Men and women's, because we've kind of been calling her a hockey player all year.
Yes.
So how fitting it is to have her today, because I mean, it's just you might as well give her the gold too.
Yes,
that's who she is for us.
Hey, that's gold medal effort every single time. You're almost through the first year. I wanted to just kind of take stock of things here for a moment, because I know hopefully next week we're going to be talking about postseason, first year in the books, our last Hornet Talk next week. But what do you feel like for you now that you're almost all the way through? And I know that you haven't been to every single place in the MIAA yet. You've still got one more trip to the MWSU Fieldhouse, and then I'm assuming that John Lance Arena will be next year, and Leggett and Platte will have that done, so you'll see Missouri Southern. But what do you feel like for you personally has been the biggest adjustment coming from the JUCO level? You've been at 4 years before, but coming to Division II, and maybe even specifically to the MIAA.
Size. I mean, the physicality and size of players. I mean, but also experience. I know we have 3 seniors, but we're very young. I mean, we're playing, Vanessa is one of our main players. She's a freshman, and we have several sophomores. And we even have players who haven't really played a lot in their freshman year, and so they're sophomores. So, I mean, I feel like experience is a lot for this conference as well. It really helps, but size and physicality is huge. And I think I know, UCM possibly in Fort Hays can possibly win this, which they have size and skill, and they play really good basketball. But Washburn just gave us a beating twice in the sense of just their size and physicality. And I feel like if we can kind of put like a Fort Hays UCM mixed with a Washburn.
Sure.
Washburn, that's going to be a beautiful baby.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Well, we'll see if that can mix that. Have you has the style of basketball that you wanted to play coming in? I know that you kind of had a transition style. Let's get up and down fast. Now that you've seen what the good teams and what the great teams in the league are like, has that changed your expectation of kind of how you want to build the program moving forward?
No, I think it's been hard this year because we haven't had a really true point guard. So Special K does not want to run point. She wants the ball to score.
Sure.
I don't know if anyone noticed that.
Well, she's got a great assist to turnover, though.
She has. And then A5's been in and out, and Kataya's in and out. She's not really a point guard. And then Lex has been stepping up for her. She's never at point in her life. And Lexi DeWitt's been running point guard for us, and she's actually probably doing some of the better job. That's why she starts right now. So I think for me, we want to still like the pace and the blueprint that we have from JUCO to here is going to be very well. I mean, it's going to be very successful here. I think we're already implementing it. We just don't have necessarily the size or the 3-point shooting ability from everyone to really do what we want to do. But having a true point guard who can like really kick the ball and push it a little bit more, I do think would make us better next year.
And for you, I know that you've seen some of these players. Kaylin was one of them that didn't play as much last year as a freshman. Lexi was another one. Now they're both playing quite a bit for you. And Lexi DeWitt, I mean, you look at what she's done this year in the limited, she's only averaging 9 minutes a game, but there have been several games where she has hit some really huge free throws for you down the stretch, some really big three-pointers that you guys needed to have, and some of those wins that you got as part of the six-man. I don't know if the six-man was tipping them in at White, but Lexi DeWitt was a big part of those big wins that you had at White.
No, I agree. And I mean, we're excited. We were actually talking about Lexi's off-season program today. It's like what we want her to work on this summer, and like how we are excited about her and her development. And even Kaylin, we were talking about her today. If we could get her a more consistent jump shot, how she could be just another force, because she keeps trying to go in there and bang with people who are like 6 inches taller.
Sure.
So we've already been discussing like how we're going to develop our players for next year.
You got to bottle up. You've got to keep that fearlessness, though, and maybe even pass it around to some other players, too.
Oh, yeah,
right?
There's 6'3" out there that's soft as butter, right? There is 6'3" that's soft as butter. So the height is not everything.
Sure.
But in the MIAA, height does give you an advantage.
It does. It absolutely does. For you guys, Missouri Western in the first matchup, that was at a time when it feels like it was almost a different season, because I know that you guys at that point against Missouri Western, you had just lost the game at Northwest Missouri in overtime. You had rattled off 4 straight wins, didn't start the season the way that you wanted to. And I know Missouri Western, they were not playing the way that they feel like that they're playing now. So, but what do you remember about that matchup with you guys pulling out that 10-point win?
I mean, we got their point guard in foul trouble, number 22, which helps a lot. When you take the pilot out of the plane starts crashing a little bit. So if we get to get her in foul trouble again, I think we're going to be in good shape. But Missouri Western's playing really well right now. Luke came in like I did. We kind of just put a team together, and right now you can see their team knows who they are. They're playing really, really well. So, I mean, they're a high-octane offensive team. They love the 3-ball. They also love to go at you. Very confident players. So, yeah, it should be fun.
And the second hottest team in the MIAA right now is Northwest Missouri. You've got Central Missouri. They have really put it together. They've won 9 in a row to get to 15-2. As I mentioned, they are in control of their own destiny to win the MIAA championship outright. Now, it's not going to be an easy road trip. They've got Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern to wrap up the year, so that is not easy. Fort Hays State has Nebraska Kearney, but you look at Northwest Missouri, they've won 7 games in a row. So they were at, whatever they were in conference, would have been 3-7 in conference. Now they're 10-7, and with 1 win this week, they'll guarantee themselves a number 6 seed. As you've looked at Northwest Missouri, what stood out to you? I know you're not focused on them right now. It's all about the Griffins, but what has stood out to you about Northwest Missouri? And do you have an idea of why they're playing so well right now?
I mean, they're really young. They have a lot of freshmen and sophomores, so I think they're not freshmen and sophomores anymore.
Sure.
They've gone through a whole season, so he's done a great job with them. I mean, they're super physical, big, a lot like Washburn, and they're playing well on the defensive end as well. And then they're keeping you limited off the boards. They're not great three-point shooters. They have like 2 players who can really shoot the ball, but they're just pounding it inside and pounding it and getting second chance points.
Last thing for you here, last game of the season. It's senior day on Saturday. Any extra emphasis that you put on senior day? I know that you always want to send the seniors out the right way. You guys were on the opposite end of that. You sent the UNK seniors out, and that's not going to be a friendly memory for them. Obviously, you don't want that to happen. How do you try to pull that together on Saturday?
So, Blake, just to let you know, we were checking, making sure, because we're Missouri Western's last home game, and number 10 is a senior. So we're like, but thank the Lord they celebrated it on Saturday.
Okay.
So praise the Lord that we're not their senior night game, because number 10 will probably try to be putting 60 on us.
Well, you ruined Jillian Ashoff's. Maybe you just try to ruin something, which was not an easy feat, by the way, at all.
No, that's probably our best game of the season so far. If there was Central Mo, I would assume.
100%. So
for our seniors, we're just gonna do our best, and like I feel like that's what we've been playing for all season. To be honest, we've talked about it several times that like, hey, like I know this is a learning process with me being new and a lot of us being new to each other, but like we need to give this season. A lot of people are saying wait till next year, win in next year, and I was like, but these seniors only have this year. So I feel like that has been a focus for us this season, is just making sure we send our seniors off right, because they deserve that. So that's something that we're going to focus on, is just giving everything we have. Our last opportunity to play at White this year, which is so special for us. So that's what we're going to focus on.
No, we need to have you out there on Saturday. Split trip this week. And hey, if you want to go, I know you've called out the road crew several times. That great road trip.
We actually finally won with part of the road crew at Nebraska Kearney. We finally won one. I was about to tell them to stop traveling because we kept losing every time they showed up. I felt so bad. They're like traveling so far. We kept losing. It's really, and so it's like, but we actually won with some of them there. So.
Well, the road crew will tell you, getting wins on the road in the MIAA, that's not easy. Any win is a good win on the road in the MIAA. But if you want to make a trip, St. Joseph is the place. MWSU Fieldhouse, 5:30 doubleheader on Wednesday. Again, it's Wednesday this week. Then back at home Saturday, Northwest Missouri, 1 win. Lady Hornets are a lock for Kansas City. We'll have the coverage for you. 5:30 doubleheader on Wednesday, 1:30 doubleheader on Saturday at home at White. We'll have both the games, all 4 of the games for you on Mix 104.9. Coach, appreciate it. We'll see you out there.
And thanks you guys for all your support all season. We really appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming out, and thanks, Blake, for all you do.
Coach MJ Baker here, head coach of the Lady Hornets, will take a timeout. We'll talk some basketball with the hockey player on the team, Kaylin Noonan, when we come back. Live from 627 Event Space, this is Hornet Talk. You're listening to Emporia State Basketball.
Winter weather in Kansas. Is your car ready? The team at Black Creek Diesel and Automotive is proud to be a part of the Napa Network. With over 14,000 Napa Auto Care centers, you'll always have an ASE certified mechanic nearby. The next time you need service, head to Black Creek Diesel and Automotive for the expertise and quality service you need to keep your ride on the road wherever you're headed. Black Creek Diesel and Automotive, 3105 West 6th Avenue in Emporia.
Wanting to consolidate debt? Look no further than Emporia State Federal Credit Union. They have a variety of loan products to help you reduce your payments and pay off debt faster. Text or call them today to speak to a qualified local professional. 620-342-2336. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions may apply. All loans are subject to approval.
Emporia State Federal Credit Union, the educated choice.
When you need fast care, Noonan Regional Health Medical Partners Express Care is here for you. Conveniently located on site at Noonan Regional Health, Express Care offers walk-in service for non-emergency illnesses and injuries. No appointment needed. Open 7 days a week to keep you feeling your best. Call today at 620-343-7828. Trust Express Care for quick, reliable treatment. Noonan Regional Health Medical Partners Express Care, helping the Hornets achieve their healthy goals.
When second's making a play, short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Shelter agents Kelly Medrano and Dave Watts are proud sponsors of this Hornet Talk.
Catch the spirit and gear up for game day with Sports Connection, Kansas' leading team sporting goods provider. Sports Connection is your go-to for anything sporting goods, with the biggest brands in sports at competitive prices. Whether you're there for the tailgate or touchdowns, Sports Connection has the ESU fan apparel for game day that you need. Show your Hornet pride and get your fan gear at Sports Connection, 2721 West 15. Stingers up.
Headed to the game or celebrating after? Swing by 627 Event Space Bar and Grill. Whether you're grabbing a burger before kickoff or winding down with a beer after the buzzer, 627 has you covered. Emporia's go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and unbeatable vibes. 627 Event Space Bar and Grill, the new home for Hornet Talk at 627 Commercial. Proud supporters of the Emporia State University Hornets. Stingers up!
Mix 104.9.
Lady Hornets back out on the road, their last true road game of the regular season as they head to Missouri Western. We'll have the coverage for you 5:30 for the doubleheader and a 5 o'clock RV Doc pregame show on Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday this week. Got to keep telling myself that. It's Wednesday, and we'll have it for you on Mix 104.9. Joining us now, a sophomore guard. Or, I don't know, are you a guard? Are you a forward? Are you go inside? I'm not sure. She's a power guard from Burlingame, a former KVUE Area Female Athlete of the Year from Burlingame, Kansas. Kaylin Noonan joining us here on the show, and she is averaging 2 points, 5.5 rebounds per game. She's the number 2 rebounder on the team. Kaylin, first of all, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
For you guys to get that win over Newman, one more step to get to Kansas City, how did you guys feel about the win? I know you guys wanted to play better, but overall, coming off of that bye week, trying to get healthy, and then putting them away, and even though it was only a 12-point game, it felt like you guys were in really firm control. It didn't ever really feel like Newman in that fourth quarter had a chance to make a big run on you guys.
Yeah, I think we felt that way too, for sure. I mean, obviously, I think we wish we would have played a little better, but we took the win as we could.
Sure. Well, and you guys, you've been one of the Lady Hornets that has been nicked up a little bit over the second half of the season, and you guys have been without, full strength. How did you guys use that bye week? I know you took an extra day off, but try to recharge the batteries a little bit going into the last week of the season.
Yeah. There was definitely a lot of us that were sick too. We were battling that, so
yeah.
I just think the extra break off from a game especially was helpful for sure.
Kaylin Noonan joining us, sophomore guard from Burlingame. The broken thumb, you had that. It was the left thumb, right? You had the big gauze.
Yep.
I was wondering, because, sometimes, like, I know in football, they'll send those guys out there and, you'll ask the coach, like, hey, what's that doing? And, it doesn't really do anything. It just makes him feel better. Was that actually doing any good for your broken thumb there?
I think it definitely provided it some more support, but like if it got hit, it was gonna hurt either way.
Well, how much? Because it seems like we were joking. It feels like I've tried to build you up on the radio, like bill you like like a professional wrestler, like you're impervious to pain. Because it seems like you are sometimes. But how do you try to mentally like fight through that and try to just focus on your job when you are in pain or you're bleeding or whatever is happening that particular game?
I think I just try to focus on the next play or like what's going on in front of me instead of focusing on like what hurts or what's hurting in that moment, and just focus on like the game and what I need to do to help.
It seems like what you've decided on, what you need to do to help is to go rebound the basketball.
Yeah.
And is that your favorite part of basketball? Because I don't know if it is or not, but it seems to be the thing. I mean, you look at your play from last year to this year. I mean, just your reaction, your anticipation for where the ball, kind of a sixth sense for where the ball is going to go. It seemed like you've really developed that. How do you feel like you can, I guess explain how you're doing so well at rebounding this year.
I feel like rebounding for me is just like an effort thing. Like you can't control if the ball's going to go in all the time, but you can control if you're going to go after it and try to be the person that gets it every single time. And I love being able to like give my team second chance opportunities. Like we score a lot from those, so I think like those are a big deal, and some people don't realize that.
Because there are so many plays where it just seems like, maybe you're not the fastest player from baseline to baseline, but you're the fastest player from, this end of the table to that end of the table when the ball's in the air, when you're going to get it. And sometimes that is just a kind of a want-to thing. How big is it for you when you get that rebound and then you kick it out to a Gracie or a Kaylin and they hit that three and you're getting that assist and you gave them that second chance opportunity?
Yeah, it's big momentum, I think, for sure. Like for me especially, but also I think for my teammates, like you talk about it all the time, like that's where your reps are coming from, is from those passes inside. So like those are higher percentage shots. So especially like if Gracie makes it, like she's always like pointing at me and I'm
sure.
Just like, yeah, that's big like teammate stuff. I love it.
We're talking with Kaylin Noonan, sophomore from Burlingame. For you this year with the new head coach, what's that been like, you getting settled in with Coach MJ? And it seems like Coach MJ is a pretty big fan of you so far.
Yes. I love her energy, just the way that she brings, the way that she pushes us as a team, as like individuals too, like obviously on the court, but also off the court. She pushes you to be your best no matter what.
How was it to see Gracie get 1,000 points and to do it at home? I think that makes it a little extra special.
Yeah, it was really fun. Like Gracie's obviously that big energy, like bunny, that's what we call her. Like she's always excited. So like anytime she's smiling, you just have to smile too, because it's contagious.
Talk to her because she's an Emporia product, but you're from Burlingame. You're not that far down the road. What does it mean to you to play for kind of your local Division II school here at Emporia State?
It means a lot, actually. I mean, I played there in my league in high school, so like that place means a lot to me, especially like Watt Auditorium is really just like feels like home for sure.
Sure. Well, yeah, you've made it home without a doubt. What are you studying right now at Emporia State?
Nursing.
Oh, so are you one of the 9 pre-nursing majors? So you're one of the, you've got the long classes and labs. Any decision on how you'd like to use that? Yeah, I mean, just a sophomore, so you've got plenty of time to make a change on that. Anything that interests you specifically about nursing right now?
At the moment, I'd probably want to go into like labor and delivery or even like pediatrics. But I haven't like got into the nursing program yet, so I think it could change when I get to that for sure. But
last thing for you, this last week of the regular season, how do you, as someone who's been to Kansas City before, not necessarily a player who played a ton of minutes, but you know what the atmosphere is like, you know the excitement that it is to go up and be there, how do you try to bring so many newcomers in and help them know this is what it's going to take to get to Kansas City so that we can experience that? And once you're there, I mean, you guys have beaten the team that looks like they might win the MIAA championship.
Right.
So why can't you guys get on a run once you're up there and have a little fun?
I think that's how we all feel. Is like, there's really not a team that we don't think we can beat. Like, it's been proven in our league for sure that any team is beatable. So I just think if we were talking about that today actually, about just like having the mentality that like we can beat whoever if we go out there and we play together and we do what we're supposed to and follow the game plan and we just play together.
Played Southern tough, played Fort Hays State tough. Why can't it happen? Why can't it be this Lady Hornets squad? Missouri Western on the road, Northwest Missouri at home. So it's a 5 o'clock doubleheader on Wednesday, 1 o'clock doubleheader on Saturday. We'll have it for 1:30 doubleheader, RV Doc pregame show at 5 and 1 those 2 days. We'll have it for you on Mix 104.9. So proud of you. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Kaylin Noonan, ladies and gentlemen, second leading rebounder for the Lady Hornets. We'll take a timeout. We'll keep it local here. We'll talk with Sheldon Stewart, redshirt freshman guard from Emporia on the men's team, as we'll swap over to the Hornet men right after this. Live from 627 Event Space, this is Hornet Talk. You're listening to Emporia State Basketball.
Wanting to consolidate debt? Look no further than Emporia State Federal Credit Union. They have a variety of loan products to help you reduce your payments and pay off debt faster. Text or call them today to speak to a qualified local professional. 620-342-2336. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions may apply. All loans are subject to approval.
Emporia State Federal Credit Union, the educated choice.
Noonan Regional Health Medical Partners is proud to provide the same orthopedic and sports medicine care trusted by the athletes on the Hornet fields. Their expert medical team serves the greater Emporia area with comprehensive treatment for sprains, fractures, joint pain, and sports-related injuries. Trusted by athletes and available to everyone. Schedule your appointment today with Noonan Regional Health Medical Partners at 620-343-2376. Noonan Regional Health, achieving healthy goals.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
For a free personal protection review, contact Shelter Insurance Agent Dave Watts.
It's time to fall forward into football season and cheer on your favorite team. So why not get new gear for you and your family at Sports Connection? Sports Connection carries Emporia High and area high school team apparel, as well as ESU, KU, and K-State gear. They also do custom screen printing for your team, booster club, or your family and fans. Catch the spirit with new fan gear from Sports Connection. Sports Connection, 2721 West 15th Emporia.
Headed to the game or celebrating after? Swing by 627 Event Space Bar and Grill. Whether you're grabbing a burger before kickoff or winding down with a beer after the buzzer, 627 has you covered. Emporia's go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and unbeatable vibes. 627 Event Space Bar and Grill, the new home for Hornet Talk at 627 Commercial. Proud supporters of the Emporia State University Hornets. Stingers up!
Winter weather in Kansas. Is your car ready? The team at Black Creek Diesel and Automotive is proud to be a part of the Napa Network. With over 14,000 Napa Auto Care centers, you'll always have an ASE certified mechanic nearby. The next time you need service, head to Black Creek Diesel and Automotive for the expertise and quality service you need to keep your ride on the road wherever you're headed. Black Creek Diesel and Automotive, 3105 West 6th Avenue in Emporia.
Mix 104.9.
Tickets are now available for the 2026 MIAA tournament at Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City. The action begins next week, believe it or not, a week from Wednesday. Rolls on to the champions are crowned on March 8th. You can get your all-session passes right now by calling the ESU Athletics ticket line at 620-341-5350. Save nearly $40 when you get an all-tournament pass in advance from ESU. Don't miss the action of MIAA Madness in Kansas City this March. Emporia State men, they are still in the hunt to get into MIAA Madness. Just about, if you could have drawn up a Christmas wish list from Santa, they got everything that they wanted. All the other teams that they would have liked to have had lost, they all lost. Emporia State, of course, getting a win. So there are, as of right now, only 2 tickets available to the tournament. Central Oklahoma, if they could get a win next week against Arkansas Fort Smith, they just need 1 win, and they'll be in. And then you've got 4 teams with either 6 wins or 5 wins. Northwest Missouri and Nebraska Kearney each with 6. the Hornets and Northeastern State each with 5. So Emporia State has got to win out to hopefully get in a tiebreaker. We'll see what happens after that. But ESU still with a shot right now, but they got to get a win over Missouri Western. Joining us to talk all about it and to talk about Emporia State's big win over Noonan is a redshirt freshman from Emporia, Kansas, Sheldon Stewart, joining us on the show here today. Sheldon, really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for being on the show here.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
For you guys to be able to go out and put 40 minutes together like you guys did, I'm going to adjust your mic here closer because so all the people can hear what you're saying. But for you guys to do that and really just take care of business, Newman made one little push where they cut it to like 15 or 18 or something, but they just never had a sniff in that game. How good did it feel for you guys to really put 40 minutes together and play well with the lead?
Yeah, it felt really good. We had a good week of practice. We didn't have a game on Thursday, so we just had a couple more days of prep, and it was really good for us to get some more confidence in us and just keep preparing for a late push.
How nice was that to finally, second to last, I don't know, in football it feels like everybody says, hey, you want that break in October. I'm not really sure when. Maybe I'll ask Coach Schlatter here in a little bit when that, I don't know what the perfect week is to get it in basketball, but how needed or ready for it were you guys to get it the second to last week of the season?
Yeah, it was good for sure. We wish we had it a little earlier probably, but, we're not going to complain about it. It was good for us. Just good week for a couple practices and just prepare for Newman.
I know that me talking about all that because I've got to inform the fans, I know that's more than Coach Billiter and Coach Schlatter have talked to you about anything, but in terms of the postseason. But I know you guys feel some pressure coming down the stretch. How do you guys deal with that mentally, and how do you feel like you have dealt with it mentally?
We just put our heads down. We kind of try and stay out of it because we kind of control our own destiny. So if we don't get the wins ourselves, that doesn't really matter. So when we just go into practice, keep our heads down, keep our intensity, and just try and keep getting better.
Sheldon Stewart, our guest, redshirt freshman from right here in Emporia, Kansas, got his first career basket there in White Auditorium as a Hornet. I felt like there was a little pressure valve release when that one went in for you. Nice little runner, got a little shooter's touch there on the left side.
That lid finally came off. My uncle said it best. So feels good. The pressure's off, and if it happens again, I'll hopefully score a lot more.
Because it felt like you had a couple of other ones that were looked like they were going in, and it's like, man, come on, gosh, these guys. Well, they know the basket doesn't know who's shooting it. Sometimes I guess they don't. I've had the opportunity to call games for another Stewart for Braxton, and when you guys played against Rockhurst, Broderick was up there. Another Stewart, assistant coach for the Hawks. What's it been like for you? I asked Braxton this. What's it been like for you kind of growing up in a basketball family?
Yeah, it's actually really cool. We can always just talk about basketball. I love talking about basketball. It's right now it's my life. So
sure.
Yeah, I keep in contact with them too actually quite often, and we just talk about basketball and how their season's going, and both of them are having better seasons. So yeah, they're having a good year.
What's that like around Christmas time when everybody's back home, and especially for you and Brack, since you're both in the MIAA?
Yeah, it's a little bit of trash talk, especially with especially with Broad, because we played them right before our Christmas break. But yeah, it's always good. It's always good to see them and just talk ball with them.
We're talking with Sheldon Stewart, redshirt freshman guard right here from Emporia, Kansas. Talk a little bit about Coach Schlatter, since he's the one here today. I know he's not the guy that works with you, because that's Coach Whitelow, but what's it like having Coach Schlatter out there? He's usually the one that's kind of breaking down, both of them kind of break down the team. He usually is breaking down the opposing team's offense and how you guys are going to try to defend them. What's it like having him on the team as a coach?
Yeah, so it's good. So right now I'm on the scout team a lot. So we're switching 1 through 5 a lot through practice. And
sure.
My nickname's the Woo Stopper because I get switched on to big 6'6", 250 Woo, and I put up a good fight as best I can. But no, it's good. He's always pushing me, and he's the defense coach, like I said. So it's really good to learn from him.
When you guys, when Coach comes to you and says, "Hey, we're switching 1 through 5," and you know that's
he
about to happen.
He looks straight at me.
Does he enjoy it a little bit?
Oh yeah, he gets a good kick out of it. Especially if I get a stop, he's even more happy.
Sure, so. I bet he is. For you, and it seems like from talking with Coach Billiter, he's been so impressed with you and Will Cravens, because there are some guys who don't play. Now, obviously, everybody would like to play, but you can only play 5 guys at a time. Yeah. And for you guys, he's been so impressed with how you've attacked that role, how you've handled that role and accepted that role and done the best that you can do in that role to make your team better. How do you kind of keep yourself ready? Because you don't ever know when your number is going to be called, obviously, but making sure that you do everything that you can. You guys do work extremely hard in practice to try to give your guys a great look so that the guys who are going to play can go out and win those games.
Yeah, so my dad and my uncle have been coaches all their lives, and so they've really prepared me to just do my role, be a great team player, always stay ready, and practicing hard and just practicing the best you can every day really prepares you for your opportunities when you get into the game. So,
can you tell them apart?
Yes, I can tell them apart.
I still can't. I no idea. I would bet it would. It's like I might as well just flip a coin.
Yeah,
flip a coin.
One's got a goatee right now, so you can tell.
Yeah, that's cheating. Yeah, I have to pull that out though. That's cheating. Though.
Yeah,
that would
that's
be
true.
Unless they want to make that permanent. That would be really helpful. What are you studying right now at Emporia State?
Business admin with focus in finance.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Anything in particular that you'd like to kind of use that degree for?
Maybe,
I know you got plenty, like I said with Kaylin, you had a lot of time to figure that out.
Yeah, something in the financial field, obviously, like I said, but I really don't know yet.
Sure.
I still maybe want to pursue coaching too. So
okay,
yeah, I'll think about both for sure.
Outstanding.
Maybe both at the same time.
Yeah, that would work out.
Yeah.
Last thing for you, Missouri Western. I know that you guys are going to do a lot more, but with this Wednesday game, you guys got to get into that prep a little bit quicker this week than maybe normal. So, final thing, this was a really tough game. Missouri Western had really physical guards, and I know it ended up being a 10-point game, but this was a single-digit game all the way down. What's one thought that you have about playing the Griffins here on Wednesday?
Yeah, they're good. We're really gonna have to sit down and guard, and they guard pretty well too. So we're just gonna have to run good stuff and trust in our coach's game plan and just execute to the best of our ability.
Really appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Sheldon Stewart joining us here on the program as Emporia State gets set for Missouri Western on Wednesday, and it's a Saturday senior day against Northwest Missouri. Coach Casey Schlatter, assistant coach, joins us here to wrap up the show. He's pitch hitting for Coach Billiter. He'll be up next when we come back. Live from 627 Event Space, this is Hornet Talk. You're listening to Emporia State Basketball.
At Noonan Regional Health, our local providers are here to care for the people who matter most, our friends, family, and neighbors. From annual checkups to everyday care, they're here to help you stay healthy, feel your best, and achieve your healthy goals. Call 620-343-2376 to schedule your appointment today or visit us online at newmanrh.org. Noonan Regional Health, here to support you and the community we call home.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For a free personal protection review, contact Shelter Agent Callie Medrano in Emporia.
Catch the spirit and gear up for game day with Sports Connection, Kansas' leading team sporting goods provider. Sports Connection is your go-to for anything sporting goods, with the biggest brands in sports at competitive prices. Whether you're there for the tailgate or touchdowns, Sports Connection has the ESU fan apparel for game day that you need. Show your Hornet pride and get your fan gear at Sports Connection, 2721 West 15. Stingers up.
Headed to the game or celebrating after? Swing by 627 Event Space Bar and Grill. Whether you're grabbing a burger before kickoff or winding down with a beer after the buzzer, 627 has you covered. Emporia's go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and unbeatable vibes. 627 Event Space Bar and Grill, the new home for Hornet Talk at 627 Commercial. Proud supporters of the Emporia State University Hornets. Stingers up!
Winter weather in Kansas. Is your car ready? The team at Black Creek Diesel and Automotive is proud to be a part of the Napa Network. With over 14,000 Napa Auto Care centers, you'll always have an ASE certified mechanic nearby. The next time you need service, head to Black Creek Diesel and Automotive for the expertise and quality service you need to keep your ride on the road wherever you're headed. Black Creek Diesel and Automotive, 3105 West 6th Avenue in Emporia.
Wanting to consolidate debt? Look no further than Emporia State Federal Credit Union. They have a variety of loan products to help you reduce your payments and pay off debt faster. Text or call them today to speak to a qualified local professional. 620-342-2336. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions may apply. All loans are subject to approval.
Emporia State Federal Credit Union. The educated choice.
Mix 104.9.
Back here wrapping up at Hornet Talk, and for those of you listening, I was informed before the show today that a certain member of the Emporia State Athletic Department, Garrett Meyer, had a birthday here today. Now, Coach MJ, because she's Coach MJ, he actually already got the birthday serenade from the 627 crowd here at Hornet Talk, but he is the guy, if you've seen any of these great videos and TikToks that they've put out from Power E Productions. I don't want to say that Power E Productions is a one-man show, but he's the lifeblood behind it. You see the Jack Wegas game-winning three-pointer, or the all these great video features that they do, the Vanessa Coleman game-winning three, all that. He's doing a lot of that groundwork. So Garrett, happy birthday, fantastic job. Yeah, give him another round of applause. He deserves it. Another guy who needs a round of applause is the assistant coach in his second year for the Emporia State men as they try to punch their ticket to Kansas City. Casey Schlatter, assistant coach for the Hornet men, joins us here to wrap up Hornet Talk. Really appreciate it. Always a pleasure when we get you on instead of Coach Schlatter. Thanks so much for being here.
Gosh, I don't know if I have the wit Coach B has to be up here.
I don't know. If we're all held to that standard, then we might as well just pack it up and go home. But at the end of the day, for you guys to against Noonan to come out like you did and really just kind of throttle them for 40 minutes. I mean, like I said, they had a couple of brief spots, but in the first half, I actually looked at the box score. Their longest run in the first half was 3 points. They had a 3 to go up 3-2. They didn't put together back-to-back baskets for the rest of the half. What did you guys come away with that? Hopefully with some confidence defensively, because you guys really, held them in check, way below their shooting averages for the year. Overall, a great 40 minutes for you guys.
Yeah, those games are kind of tricky in the sense of Newman's had a tough stretch, and we were kind of in the midst of a tough stretch. So that they see it as an opportunity to try to get in the win column themselves, which I think always makes it a little more dangerous. But, as Shelley talked about, we had a good week of practice, a longer week of practice, and it allowed us to clean some things up. And to our guys' credit, they went out and shared the ball well and really executed for the most part.
How do you hope that you guys get comfortable? Because I know where you and Coach Billiter, Coach Whitelow, where you guys are wanting to go. You're hoping that you're going to be a team here in the next couple of years that's going to be playing with big leagues. How do you hope that this team kind of got comfortable of being able to play with the lead and being able to just hold them off? And like I said, Noonan really didn't have any kind of a window to get back into it in the second half.
Yeah, when I played, when I was at Drake, we started with young guys and worked our way up, and it takes time. And I know no one wants to talk about that, including us as coaches.
Sure.
Because you don't want to think about that. I mean, I know it's 20 single-digit losses in the last 2 years, I believe.
It's
yeah. That number's kind of ingrained in my head.
Sure.
But you have Jack Wegas, Trey Taylor, Elijah Wilhelm. You got Shelley with that group, Dallas Bear, Ollie, Chris Harris, all these guys that are young guys that are building blocks that have now played 2 years. And playing 2 years matters. Or when you're Trey Taylor, I mean, he's played just about 500 minutes in conference. He's played a full year. Like, he has that experience. And you need to build off of that because you can't win without experience.
Is there a point, and we're talking with Coach Schlatter, Casey Schlatter, assistant coach for the men, is there a point where you guys say, okay, guess what? I know it still says freshman in the lineup, but you're not really a freshman anymore. Is there a point for you guys as a staff where you cut them off a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, Trey Taylor, people question whether he's a freshman or not,
sure,
regardless.
Sure,
so
sure.
We have that. We got coaches in the league asking us if he just took some time off after high school. And we're like, oh, he just turned 19. So.
Sure. Yeah, man. What's it been like for you to coach him? As he's one of your post players. You've been coaching and finishing strong at the rim. And it seems like those guys, the whole group's really taking it to heart. Glass or dunk. That's what you want.
Yeah, my body hurts when I go one-on-one with Trey Taylor.
Sure.
That's for sure. But he's a sponge, and a lot of our young guys are. Elijah Wilhelm, too, as far as from a bigs perspective. And Trey Taylor, you get what you put in. And Trey Taylor puts a lot of extra work in. I know the free throw percentage over the last couple games is way better than what it is on the year, which is like 59%, I believe, or around there. He shoots and makes 100 2 days a week, and he goes 100 for 112. So now it's just being able to carry through that mental barrier of practice to a game, which is the regular progression for a young kid. And he's starting to do that. But, it takes time. But as you've seen that, to your point, when we stopped, when you get through the first semester and he's playing about 25 minutes, pretty much regardless, I mean, if you're out there that much, you have to be held to an expectation and to a standard. And I think you've really seen over the last month him step into that in a much more consistent role. And I think he's been one of our more consistent guys, actually, day in and day out. And I'm talking even practice of just showing up and being the same version every day. And I think that's a big testament to him.
One thing that Coach Billiter said that you've had a big hand in as one of your roles as an assistant coach is helping to schedule. You haven't exactly gone easy on your guys here these last 2 years. Now, last year's schedule with so many on the road, that was kind of a hand-me-down from Coach Doty. It kind of had to, do what you could do. But overall, talk about the challenges of scheduling, especially this year with 19 games going to 22 and a lot of these area teams in the region being a silo schedule and not, they're playing 22 games. So trying to find these games has been really challenging.
Yeah, I can't take credit for last year's month-long road trip to start the year. But this year, definitely. I mean, we play Missouri Western on Wednesday, and of the two teams between the Central and the Midwest region projected NCAA tournament teams, 15 of our 28 games will have been versus NCAA tournament teams.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah, it was not great scheduling on my part there. But, Oklahoma Baptist, we scheduled that. Their best players in the portal. Doesn't get what he wants, comes back. Now he's a top 50 Bevo Francis candidate, and he's averaging 25 a game. Had another kid with that. And, it was challenging from the sense of we're losing 3 games.
Sure.
We were already binded into a couple of home and homes. So you have to find people to play you. Heck, we couldn't even get Lincoln to come play us here.
Yeah, they were too scared.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. But they
sure.
But they wouldn't do a
That's
home.
What I'm going to say.
They wouldn't do a home and home, and they just wanted to do a neutral. So, you kind of in a point where you're giving up a home game to go play at a neutral site. And obviously we won that game, but it's just a challenge when you don't have a whole lot of wiggle room to give back, especially at our level, because it's not like Division I where you're just able to shell out tens of thousands of dollars for someone to come play you, and you don't have to worry about the next year. You've got to be able to give them something back in return. And most times at our level, that's giving them a home game, whether the first or second year.
Last thing for you, this Missouri Western team is really interesting. You're the guy that usually talks about how we're going to guard them in practice. How are we going to guard them in practice? They've got some really big physical guards.
Yeah, Coach McCowan does a really, really good job. And one thing he does is he just spaces you out. And Noah King is 6'2". He looks like he's 50 and has been retired for 10 years, but he's really tough and he's really positionless. And I think one thing that Coach Brooks does really well is allow him to be who he is. They post up guards when they have guards on him. If he has a big, he takes him out to the perimeter and goes right by him. And obviously he's averaging 16.5 a game in conference.
He's going to be a massive guy in whatever church league, carpet league he plays in. It'll be a problem. Coach, go get him. Appreciate the time. Casey Schlatter joining us here on Hornet Talk. We've got 2 games. Again, Saturday home game for Senior Day, on the road at taking on Missouri Western on Wednesday. Talk to you from the MWSU Fieldhouse. Blake Cripps saying good night and Stingers up.